Yo, what's up guys, welcome back from the YgoPro duel video. Next match, Cross-Banlist Cup. Let's zoom in. Next matchup here in Group C, we have two kind of big names. We have Plant Synchro, or Tengu Plant, however you want to call it, deck from 2011, presumably by, a lot of people kind of call it one of the best formats ever in this game's history, because it was so, so rewarding of playing the format. While on the other hand, it's, Infernities, but the XYZ variant, right? It's Sahabi's list. We've been using that here in the tournament past couple of years, couple of times. The first list is, I've changed the list to Billy Breaks list. I feel this list is a bit better compared to the previous one I used. Consistency is where this deck shines, right? While on the other hand, we have Infernities, XYZ Infernity from Worlds back in 2014, so with the new opening rule of only opening with 5 cards. The thing is that this deck is quite consistent, but the thing is that if you're able to break the board with this, or off this deck, it's very hard to recover, right? So plans go first. I'm playing plans, by the way, and this opening hand is okay. I see Veiler, I'm like, okay, this is good, especially if your opponent normal Summoner Monk, you know that they'll just play into Veiler. Billy Breaks list, I believe, is running not too many hand traps, but for, back then that was a lot. I like 2 Veiler and 2 Maxi, I think, and double Crow in the side, again, Gorse, obviously. I'm going for Formula Synchron because, again, as you know, Formula Synchron has the ability to synchro summon during your opponent's turn, and I have a potential Black Rose play ready during my opponent's turn. But okay, Mind Control kind of forces out that, and the top deck here, so the Formula Synchron, the draw previously was important of, well, kind of preventing, again, Infernity from going off. So Arknight, I guess, is decent. It's decent. It's kind of like a Zen Mains, but it's it's like a power craft card. But back then it was also an expensive card, if you remember from that format. So yeah, the Breed Dragon, the Breed Dragon cannot be used for a Synchro Summon if the other monster is level 4, but, like Reborning Dandelion and using an extra token, you can make like Scrap Dragon or Stardust, right? And Stardust is fantastic against Infernity. It stops stuff like, what is it called, Infernity Break. Speaking of bunker cards, Thunder King as well, right? I mean, Thunder King just screams Tengu Plant format. Very popular card back then. It prevents searching, it can tribute itself on any special summon. Or, like extra deck summon, Synchro, XYZ, whatever. So going second, and sadly no Maxi, no Veiler, so I'm like, well, if Infernity is able to go off, this is not going to end well. And I feel this is kind of like, well, a solid opening, right? I mean, the thing is that this Infernity list back then, you had the option, the capability to either run double Lavalval Chain or triple Lavalval Chain, but I remember Sahabi's explanation in the deck profile. He mentioned that he played like only 2 Lavalval Chain, it was enough. But, I mean, it has been like years ago. But long story short, thanks to stuff like Diamond Tyru, I believe the name is, you can pop your own, make space, get free space to special summon Infernity Archfiend multiple times. And because Barrier was at 1, I think, yeah, Barrier was at 1, there is only, one certainty that, okay, your opponent is only able to search out 1 Infernity Barrier, and my board wipe here is going to be very important. That was a good play of, double Archfiend. It would kind of make sure that you at least keep 1 Infernity monster in attack position, if it wasn't for enemy controller as well. So I can, it targets Infernity Break, so I can chain enemy controller, Suicide, and go for Dark Horrite, kind of shutting down the potential Infernity Barrier. And as I mentioned before, Infernity is quite weak. If you're able to break the board, then they are very vulnerable to, have like a potential comeback play. And yeah, keep in mind, back then, if you played during those formats like 2010, 2011, 2012, not sure if that's super correct, but like during those times, Gorse was one of those hand traps that, if your opponent dropped like a Gorse in this crucial state of the game, you probably, like lost the duel, and let alone the token was a level 7, so normal summon, Spore, Bulb, whatever, gave you more extra deck play, so quite ridiculous. Game number 3, and I finally see Maxi, so I'm like, okay, come at me. Infernity. If the deck is super consistent, it does the job really well. But if you're not sure if Maxi was legal in 2014, Yeah, I think so. I think Sehabi was side-decking it for the Worlds. Not sure about this. But I should, take a look at the deck list. But again, long story short, yeah, obviously, well, you need, like a clear hand because of the Infernity effects. But you know what I mean. Like, Maxi was so crucial, right? And yeah, Thunder King again, very important. Oh, okay, yeah, Typhoon as well. I have everything. My apologies. But here is where I... could have gone for Sangan, going for Leviathan, I think. Detach, get a Dark Graveyard, and potentially go for BLS, maybe go for Game, depending on the set. Not sure if he knew that. No, it was an emptiness, so I don't think we, it's not searched or, added to the hands. But Thunder King, again, very crucial. Gets like braked, that's fine, I guess, even though my position now is very weak. Try to go, well, okay, go for Lone Fire, what is my plan was to go for Spore, go for Armory Arm, and go for, like a level 8 Synchro Plane, maybe even go for BLS and Monster Reborn for Thunder King, maybe, because again, I don't think there is anything I should fear, like, Torrential Tribute, Mirror Force, but this is potential terrible. Well, you had Street Patrol, somewhat of a decent beat stick, kind of sitting or like behind an emptiness as well. And that's a problem, since now I need the top deck like Heavy Storm maybe, or maybe another Thunder King, maybe just a big beat stick, right? I think Tengu is, Tengu Reborn Tengu is great as well. Nope, Gorse is not enough. I can't drop it to the field, but I was able to search Spirit Reaper, like stall for some time, right? Because again, there are too many ways again after like mid game that Infernity can get rid of it, under an emptiness, that is. So there is the Foolish, so we can assume that Infernity is going to push potentially for a game, but like with a deck that has like Gorse, potential failures, but yeah, then again you can't wait, right? The potential Chaos could also be enough. Since your board is quite weak. So yeah, I guess you can, you should indeed go for the push eventually. So the Failure again, super crucial. Lavalval Chain stacking the Archfiend on top of the deck, so we know next game is probably, or at least next turn is probably going to be game. Well, then again, there is the Gorse. Not sure if the deck is able to play around Gorse, or maybe I should, like drop Gorse early. But, oh no, there is the break as well. Okay, yeah. So the strong Gorse would indeed be destroyed, but the Heavy Storm. Heavy Storm lady. And that's the reason why the card is so ridiculous, right? But we have an extra duel again, because this was a clean 3-0. It's again an extra duel with like, well, it doesn't really matter, but, like just go for it again. Infinities go first, and I see my hand and I'm like, well, okay, this is okay. Gorse again, even though it's at 1 Thunder King, again, that's good. Book of Moon is also good, potentially putting the attack position Infernity monster into face down defense position, and shutting down Infernity barrier. Yeah, barrier, barrier needs an attack position monster, Infernity monster, that is. Tengu is also fine, but a little bit low on attack stats, because again, yeah, there is like the Archfiend, what is it, 1800 there, 1800 Levier, 1800 Lavalval Chain, oh yeah, the Mirage, is it Mirage? No, Necromancer sitting at a solid 2k defense, so this is a super problematic state for me. And the Egon is actually again another sweet top deck, so very similar to the first tool, but I believe now there is an extra break, so again very similar. I'm going to force out indeed the barrier, I guess. Sadly no board wipe, but the Gorse is still there, and that's very important. There is already one break out of the way. I don't think we know the other sets. I believe those were 2 cards from the opening hands, but there is no break, and Emptiness would have definitely been flipped face over, or flipped face up. And here I think this was a mistake. Oh, well, yeah, okay, not attacking into Gorse is of course very good, but seeing that you wanted to make your Infernity break live, right? Because again, you can't have any cards in your hand, because you otherwise can't use break. I think you always would have made this play, right? Get out the Dinotherium from your hand, potentially big beat sticks on board, and potentially push. If your opponent, at least if I'm not having Gorse, then it's game, right? And if there is Gorse, you're always attacking with the highest attacking monster last. And I think I eventually would have been able to been forced to drop Gorse on the not on the key beetle, or you know the high level one, at least the high attack one, but on the second to last one, I think. And then the Gorse would have been not really threatening, right? But yeah, if so again, a really slow duel. Dandelion is an okay top deck, but I know that, well, Infernity is out of steam. Well, not sure if they have any, well, maybe a Soul Charge? Yeah, potential Soul Charge could be big. But okay, DD Crow is still there, even though Soul Charge should resolve, right? 1-for-1, oh, such a broken card. I mean, get out Spore, potentially make like another level 5 Synchro play. Okay, I can't use the second for a Synchro summon, but I can go for Levier, a couple of Synchro plays ready. And I should be able to go for game, because I have the draw here off of Brioneck. And, you know, I can keep using Brioneck multiple times and go for game. Yeah, indeed. So, well, maybe the small mistake here in the last tool, but I mean, Tengu plans the Mexi, the well-timed failures, the board wipe, and of course, yeah, right, this Infernity decklist only being able to use one barrier definitely hurts a bit. Well, otherwise it's the way around, right? Multiple barriers and maybe one break. That's you know, like space and so on. But well, okay. Long story short, plant Synchro, Tengu plant 3 points, Infernity sitting at 0 points. So next matchup, we are going to, you know, Group G, the big guns, the big guys. Dragon Rulers versus Spirals, guys. Okay, thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. YgoPro out. Peace.